Kate and Greg have very different ways of actually handling money. To me, Kate is very considered and appears to actually really know who she is, where she wants to be and how she wants to get there. And Greg's having a great time right now and loves to explore and do very, very different things and has gone from having all sorts of investments in really different ways. There's a very big conflict between the two in terms of where and how they use it, and you can almost see that in the way they actually speak and think about it. I think money's a tricky situation because it becomes a very big thing in a marriage, and clear conversations about where we want to be, but then monitoring it and managing for it to actually get there are very, very different things. You can't just have a dream but then not have a clear plan of action that actually has the supporting structure around it. You have to have the awareness, I don't know it all, I need to partner with an expert, because that expert can actually help me be far more than I'm ever going to manage on my own. Kate was somebody who really liked to actually weigh up some options and have a good clear look around, whereas Greg is happy to flip and jump between different things and doesn't necessarily stick to one thing either. There's a clear case of bias that comes through in their case, and search satisficing is what we can actually see. Search satisficing is a bias that again gets at, I'm going to find an alternative. So this is where Kate demonstrates she's got willingness to consider alternatives. But what she's demonstrating is the second I find the better one, that's me, I'm done, I'm out, let's keep moving forward. And because Greg's always happy to look at very different alternatives and just enjoy and really, I think, does think about finances very, very differently, he's then not putting any pressure on to encourage even further looking, which with a bit of encouragement, Kate could actually find even better ways forward, because that could encourage her to find the things that she actually doesn't know. The clear example that actually made me see that the search satisficing was actually going on is that in the past they'd had investment homes, and the investment was all about trying to reach the long-term goal and realising what they would want by retirement. When they had a bad experience in terms of renters and the home being slightly damaged, they went straight from having investment property to shares. And it was just an immediate, this is the next thing that is out there that I see that others are doing frequently, and so that's what I'm actually going to do. Rather than perhaps taking a further search forward into the third or the fourth option, which may have even been stronger again. There's a really clear implication, and that is that there is going to be so much opportunity lost, because by not weighing up a few different alternatives and just simply settling for something that you think is better, quick, you've foregone what the other surprising alternatives could be. If we look at where wealth is invested, and if it's like 70% is going into Australia and 30% is elsewhere, this satisficing strategy meant the first thing you're always going to find was the thing that was closest to you. And you might be missing out on the much better, longer term returns, which Kate demonstrates she's got such a willingness to go find, but not necessarily a partner who's on that quest with her. And as a result, she's missing out on where that 30% is and the gains that have come from it. I see a case here of investment got us to a point, and now we've found shares and we think that might actually get us there faster with less risk of damage to property and the costs that we've actually incurred. The 5 million is a stated goal, and that's great because that's actually someone who's showing clear willingness to want to actually change, but lacks the understanding still of how to get from the idea or the goal I have to realising that particular goal. Search satisficing is just, I've put thought into it, but I'm still trying to do it as fast and efficiently as I actually can. So there's indications here in this couple that putting alternatives in front of them are very different, that is still now very close to what the new decision is going to actually work, because they've already demonstrated a switch from 1 to 2. Now you can get them to 3 by using number 2 as that new anchor to actually step forward from. A financial planner can actually use the processes that they've used in the past to their own advantage, in that this is a couple who's already demonstrated capacity to think and move differently. And so for a financial planning point of view, you now want to sit down with a couple like them, help Greg see some of the dreams he actually wants to realise, but talk to Kate about how she's not getting to that 5 million with this next alternative. Don't give her too many, they're not interested. They just need to be given one direct new alternative that gets them closer to where they want to be. They may not even be interested in the work that was actually done. What they actually need is something that's equivalent and close, that allows them to look at where they are, why they're not going to get to that 5 million, and here's the alternative that can actually move them closer on that path.